Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry.
The Eagles ride that defense 40-22 in Super Bowl 59. Everyone loves a comeback story. Saquon Barkley leads the Eagles there, but it was that defense in Jalen Hurts' arm and his legs that won this ball game 40-22. We've seen this before, Ocho. The last time the Chiefs lost in the Super Bowl, Tampa defense got after him. They couldn't run the football. They became one-dimensional, and they came one-dimensional again tonight. And the Eagles pinned their ears back. They got after Patrick Mahomes, forced a couple of turnovers, forced 3 turnovers, a pick 6, an interception right before the half, and that was the difference in the ball game. What did you like about what you saw from the Eagles in this dominating victory? Don't let the score fool you. 40-22, no. That was a dominating victory.
Yeah. Hey, listen, the game of football, especially in the Super Bowl, most of the time is one up front. It's one up front, it's one in the trenches. That's where everything starts at. The Eagles defense, Fangio didn't have to do any blitzing. He didn't have to do anything exotic except line up and rush the pass because the front four got the job done all night. I'm not sure what the center was doing. I'm not sure what the right tackle and the left tackle were doing all night for the Kansas City Chiefs. They played, you know what? I'm not even going to talk about them. I'm gonna credit the Eagles defense. The defense played phenomenal football. They tried to roll out. If you notice, not too many times did Patrick Mahomes just drop back. You notice how they rolled him to the left a little bit, rolled him to the right a little bit to kind of reset the pocket a little bit, to give the offensive line a little help with Jalen Carter, trying to nullify him a little bit, get him to reset his feet and have to start all the way back over, as opposed to just coming up field and bull rushing. They couldn't get nothing done. They weren't able to run the ball. Obviously, they made him one-dimensional, which is why the game turned out the way it did. Now, on the flip side of the ball, the Chiefs did a great job. The Chiefs did a great job in nullifying the run and not allowing Saquon Barkley to hit his head off the goalpost and being efficient in the run game, but they weren't able to stop the pass. Jalen Hurts, very good in the pass. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this might be one of the few games where he threw for over 200 yards, where they didn't have more rushing yards, and they actually won the goddamn game.
Well, the defense gave very good field position, Ocho. And when you look at it, the problem is that, they did a great job of stopping Saquon, but they couldn't get off the field on third down. You see, your job is not complete until you get off the field on third down. Now you had him on third down. Trent McDuffie, what did he do, Ocho? He got an unnecessary penalty. Now they go and get a touchdown. See, you got to be smart. You can't put yourself in situations like that. Give the Eagles, and see the thing with Kansas City, they ran into the same thing, and I tweeted it earlier. This game has the exact feel of the Chiefs-Tampa. The Chiefs couldn't run the football. Okay, the Bucs says, we know y'all not going to run the football. Guess what? They play shell coverage, cover 2. Well, you're not going to run the football. You got to. If a team is playing nickel, you got to run them out of it.
You got to.
They got small guys. They're playing a 4-2-5. You got to run them up out of it. And when their inability to try to even attempt to run, now Big Fangio says, okay, they walk right into the trap.
Yeah, most definitely. And I thought the game would have been a lot better. I thought it would have been a lot better, obviously, with the creativity and how special Mahomes is. But Mahomes was never able to be poised. He was never able to gain composure and be comfortable in the pocket the entire night. They had him running for his life, even with the tricks that they tried to do and getting him out the pocket, rolling him out a little bit. But what it did, it made him one-dimensional, especially with one side of the field. That's how the first interception happened. Because he lost vision of how you say the last name. I don't want to butcher it. He lost vision of where he was at because he was rolling that way. And obviously, when you're rolling that way, you're not staring at that side. You staring at what's coming towards you to where you can throw the ball. Didn't even see him coming. Interception goes the other way. The other way. The game was a very good game from all 3 phases for the Chiefs.
For the Eagles, you mean?
All offensive, defensive, obviously special teams as well, not giving up any big plays. There was some garbage time work from Mahomes and Worthy that really didn't affect the game in any way. But congratulations to the Eagles. And I think I'm gonna tell you why the Eagles won. It was the good luck kiss I gave Sirianni before the game started at the media day. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Ocho, normally what happens, if you go back and study the playoffs, when you get into the game and you lose, whatever your weakness was, it gets exacerbated. What was the Eagles' problem for the most part of the year? Pass protection.
Yeah, pass protection.
Now we got an opportunity to see it. The same thing that when they lost. Now, the last time they lost the Super Bowl, they lost to the Buccaneers. They went out and signed Joe Thuney. Now, if I'm the Chiefs, I'm gonna go get Trent Williams. I will overpay for him because I've got to get a left tackle. I've got to put Joe Thuney back at left guard.
Right.
I've got to do that because it does not matter how great you are. Look, this is what, if you look at this game, look at what the Eagles did and who they did it to. This is one of the most dominating performances that you're going to see. Yes, there have been other games. You go back and look at the 85 Bears. That was Tony Eason. You look at what we did. That was Kerry Collins. But when you look at what they did to a historically and generational and a transcendent quarterback, this is one of the most dominating performances that you're going to see. Kind of what like the Seahawks did to Peyton Manning. Kind of like what the Bucs did to Patrick Mahomes. They dominated it. I mean, it wasn't close. Yeah, you're going to look at like 40-22. But at one point in time, the game was 40-6. The game was 40-6. Yeah. And for all intents and purposes, the game was over at 24-0 at the half because the people are like, well, you saw what Tom Brady did. No. The difference was
that wasn't that goddamn Atlanta defense out there.
Bro, one team had like 11 plays, the other team had 12 first downs. So I didn't see any semblance that there was something that they could do. You see they come out and try to run the football, they ran it for a play, and then guess what? They go right back to throwing it.
Listen, I saw a stat. I think Tom Brady called it out. They hadn't gotten the first down. I think if I might be wrong, a mistake, you can correct me if I'm wrong. They didn't get a first down until damn near they didn't pass the 50-yard line, Unc. The 50-yard line. Was it the whole first half and not until the third quarter? I'm like, well, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it was. I mean, you got to give the Eagles credit. Mahomes didn't play well. Credit that. It wasn't that he didn't play well at his own. The Eagles had a lot to do with that. That front four was relentless. That front four was relentless. Give credit. Give credit to Sweat. Give credit to Smith. Yeah. Give credit to Jalen Carter. Give credit to Williams. Give credit to those guys. Jordan Davis. They did an unbelievable job of doing what they were supposed to do. Our job. And guess what? Even when he was able to escape, they chased him down. They didn't give up. They were relentless in their pressure, and they earned this victory. Now, I don't know if y'all noticed, but hey, they built the last. You look at what they got. Yeah. They built the last. They got Hurts on an easy contract. They got their 2 wide receivers. Right. They got them sold up. Now you're gonna have to do something with Braun. You're gonna have to make a decision. It's gonna cost you a little bit of money for him.
You got to bring him back. You got to bring him back. He's on the 1 year. He was special. He was special all season long for them.
And he was a defensive player of the year candidate. So Ocho, if you got Saquon tied up, your offense is tied up. You got Lane Johnson locked up. You got Mailata locked up. You got Dickerson locked up. Your center was going to be in the second year. He's on a rookie contract. Offensively, you're straight.
Good. But look at the age, look at the age. If you look at the landscape of the team on both sides of the ball, almost everybody's young. You obviously have a few veterans that are up and down, but the majority of the team is young. This team is going to be together for a while, and then you have to think you still got the draft.
Now,
and then you still have off-season acquisitions that Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman are going to make to even better the squad.
The question is, there's a guy out there that says he wants to be traded.
Who?
Myles Garrett.
Oh, they're not going to be able to fit it. Then now you ain't going to be able to pay nobody else. But look, hold on. Stay with me real quick now. Now, look what they were able to do. Now, if I'm a GM, if I'm Howie Roseman, if I'm Jeffrey Lurie, look what they were able to do with the front four they have right now, the young Bulls.
Yes.
Okay, do you really need, based off what you saw tonight against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, do you really need to bring in a Myles Garrett?
You got to keep you, but hey, you can't stand pat. Now they're gonna look. I'm looking to improve. Now you're probably it's gonna probably be too much to give up to get him. And like you said, at right now, for the next week, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm going to enjoy this. If I'm Jeffrey Lurie and High Rose, if I'm Jeffrey, I'm saying, Howie, don't bring me any ideas. I don't want to hear ish. I want to enjoy this.
Right.
If I'm Nick Sirianni, Howie, don't tell, hey, you're going to lose your offensive coordinator.
Right.
It looks like Kellen Moore has the job unless something unforeseen happened in the last, 24, 48 hours. He has the job in New Orleans. So you're going to have to find a new play caller. But the fact of the matter is that what they have, they're a very, very good, well-coached team. Sirianni, when you showed up with that sweatsuit, told me that you didn't think you were going to get the job, but you got the job, you've proven your worth.
Yeah.
I was wrong about you. You got to the Super Bowl, you lose your coordinators, and everybody's down and out on you. But you know what? You go back and you get Vic Fangio, and that defense was outstanding. Kellen Moore did a great job of calling the game, running the football all year long with Saquon Barkley. Jalen Hurts doing what he needs to do in order to, I'm throwing for 121. I'm throwing for 148. Now in this ball game, y'all give me a lot of single high coverage. I'm going to make these throws. And then when the coverage got tight, he started picking them up, putting them down. So now that's the problem that you're up against when you got these mobile quarterbacks, Ocho. You run past them, they jump out the window and they hightail, and all you do is looking at tail lights. This was a dominating performance. The Eagles fans rejoice. Did Jalen Hurts win the MVP? Who won MVP? Was it a defensive player? Was it Sweat? Was it Hurts? Who won MVP?
I mean, it should have been Hurts. I mean, if it was going to be somebody on the defensive side of the ball, hell, the whole goddamn defense should have got it, the whole front line.
Oh, Hurts just won it, Ocho. He just won it.
Yeah, I was going to say,
but it was an outstanding performance of what we saw today. They dominated this ball game, and that was. But when I looked at this ball game, Ocho, and we talked about it Thursday night. I said the Eagles have the better team. If you look at it player for player.
Yeah, play for play.
It's not even close.
It's not even
maybe
close.
the only position is quarterback where you could say they got a better play. Other than that, you look at wide receivers, look at the running back, you look at the offensive line. Okay, Chris Jones and Jalen Carter, that's a push. Look at the linebackers, Zach Brown, boom. Okay, maybe McDuffie and Mitchell, maybe McDuffie's slightly better. Maybe that's a push. But if you look at the other positions, so if you look at the starting 22, with the exception of maybe 1-2 positions, the Eagles have the better team.
Yeah, most definitely. And usually, in this case, most of the time, if the offensive line didn't play so bad, Patrick Mahomes' decision making wouldn't have been as bad as it was.
He started taking risks.
They made him they made him very, very, very uncomfortable from the beginning of the game. So when you talk about which team is better, Patrick Mahomes has been so good since he's been in the league, regardless of how good the personnel is on both sides of the ball for the goddamn Eagles. Patrick Mahomes, most of the time, has always been good enough to overcome that. He's been good enough to overcome the weaknesses that they have offensively. But tonight,
If you go back and look at the games that he's lost,
yes,
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a better team.
Yeah,
offensive line. Because remember that first time, Ocho, they trotted out 5 new offensive linemen. Well, you're not winning. I don't care who you are. I don't care who your quarterback is. You trot out 5 new offensive linemen, you're not winning that game. But he needed to do a better job of protecting the football, especially. But when you get down, Ocho, you start taking chances. You don't gamble, but people out there that gambles knows what I'm talking about. You start losing, and the next thing you do, you start adding more chips to the pile to try to get your money back in one shot. Ocho, you done lost 4,000, so the first thing you do, I'm gonna get this 4,000 back with one hand. Let me bet 5. Well, you bet 5 next time you don't. Now you're down 9,000. And so you keep compounding it. So you start taking unnecessary risk and put your team further behind the 8 ball.
This is the thing. This is the one-shot game. You got to throw the kitchen sink out there. Once you're behind the 8 ball in a game like this, playing against a defense like that, you have no choice but to put the ball in harm's way. You don't have a choice but to take those risks and put that and bet that 5 or 4,000 to try to get your money back. You ain't got all day. This ain't no 7-game series. But it's one shot and you going home.
They're going to have to go get a running back, Ocho. Kansas City.
No, hold on now. Wait, time out. Let's stop. Let's stop. They got Pacheco. He was good before he got injured for what they do well. Kareem Hunt came in, he fielded, and he done an excellent job for what they do well. What the Chiefs ask their running backs to do, they do very well. They don't need a Saquon Barkley.
I'm not saying no. You don't need Saquon Barkley or Derrick Henry, but Ocho, in that situation like that, and granted, I don't want to take anything away from the Eagles, but Andy got away from calling runs, and that put him further behind us. So because if I don't have to even, Ocho, I ain't even thinking about the run. I ain't even thinking about the run. I don't even think about the run. All I got to do is worry about trying to go to get 1-5.
Hold up, but you got to think about why you're not thinking about the run. How well that front four, Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, them played.
I know, but Ocho, you got to at least give them something to think about. See, I don't know. Let's see. I can't run up in this house. That joker might be home. That joker might have this thing booby trapped. He might be waiting on me. I got to give you something to think about. They're not even giving me anything to think of. Ocho, if you think about it, I think they had like 3 rushes in the first half.
Can I say something? I like your idea, though. I love your idea and say, the Chiefs need to go get a running back. But it's only one Saquon Barkley. Stay with me now. There's only one Derrick Henry. There's only one Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm trying to think of somebody else
Jacobs.
that scares you a little bit. There's only one Josh Gabe. Now there's a handful of running backs.
Get a tier 2 running back. Those are tier 1s. Get you a tier 2.
Well, they got tier 2 right now.
They got tier 3s.
You think so? No, come on.
Yeah, they do, Ocho. Yeah, they do.
Come on, man. Don't do it like that.
They do. But the main thing they need is offensive line. They got to be able to pass protect. The left guard, because the left tackle, they tried to get Humphreys and his knee hadn't healed yet. They tried to draft Morris and he wasn't any good. So you take one of your best offensive linemen and Tooney and you kick him out the left tackle, and he had one of his worst days today. They did a number on him today. Yeah. They did a number on him today.
Yeah. That's not him.
No.
That's not him. He's not comfortable. He's not comfortable in that position, for one. And listen, I'm not an offensive lineman. But I've watched some of the greats. For one, I'm gonna start with Willie Anderson. Even though he played on the right side, Tooney's footwork wasn't there where it needed to be. It wasn't there where it needed to be. His hand placement was off, and a smaller, God damn it, was
Sweat.
Number 3, Sweat. Even with the chip, even with Pacheco coming out to help with the chip, he still wasn't able to get in position to be able to hunker down.
Yeah, he might should have changed his cleats, Ocho, because you see the dude, they were bullying him. And he was just sliding because that second interception, he got pushed into Mahomes, and Mahomes couldn't get anything on it, and Braun picked it because he had Hollywood coming in behind him.
Yep, he did.
But the Eagles.
What do you think?
Go ahead.
What do you think the chances of them are of actually getting Trent Williams? Is that even a possibility?
Trent's a free agent. Now maybe now he could.
That's a done deal. That's a no-brainer.
Now maybe and the 49ers, I don't know if they're going to be able to offer the money because they're over the cap. They got a lot of they got a lot of money that they get. Plus, you got to sign Purdy.
I know, but I don't think Purdy going to try to hit him across the head. Now, I'm not sure how everyone else views Purdy. I'm not sure how Purdy views himself and his agent. Are you trying to get Joe Burrow money? Are you trying to get Lamar Jackson money? Are you going to allow room to maneuver and continue to bolster your squad so you can get an opportunity to get back to a game like this again?
My job is not to worry about that. You told me that's business. You say players play. You let management do management things. So my job is not to worry about your cap. Just like your job is not to worry about 2 jet flanker drive 50 bingo pick. I'm going to worry about what's on the field. I'm going to let you worry about upstairs. I'm going to need my money because here's the thing, Ocho. Remember that first contract. Now, the first contract, I got to get all I can. Now, maybe down the road, second contract, third contract, maybe I'll be.
You take a home.
Yes, because he's not like Mahomes. See, Mahomes was a first-round pick. So he got, $20 million guaranteed out the gate. Brock Purdy probably made maybe $4 million, $3 million on his first contract. Yeah. I got to get that get back.
Right.
He got 2 more years.
You're right.
Well, they ain't gonna get Trent. They might release him though. You got to hope. You've got to find somebody to secure that left side. You got to be able to protect Mahomes' blind side. And right now they don't have that guy. So hey, you scour and maybe you're gonna be picking 31st. If the likelihood of you getting a tackle way down there is not very good, Ocho. It's not very good that you're gonna get a quality offensive line, especially as a rookie.
Premium.
And you put him at that position.
That you can plug and play.
I mean, even some of the great Jonathan Ogden didn't play left tackle his rookie year. He played left guard. They had T-Bone. They had Tony Jones out there. Then they ended up trading T-Bone to us. And then they kicked J.O. out. A lot of times, if you go back and look, a lot of times the guys that are left tackles, they start at right tackle or they start at a guard and then they kick them out. Right. And so the likelihood of somebody coming in as a rookie and just going right off the rip and playing left tackle, that's not big. I mean, it's happened, but more times than not, it doesn't happen. But this is about the Eagles. As much as the three-peat was in play, and it would have been great to see it because I don't think I'm going to see it in my lifetime. Maybe you hang around a little bit longer than me and you're able to see some NFL team win 3 consecutive Super Bowls, but I don't think it's very, very likely. With that being said, the Eagles earned this victory with their play tonight, the way they did in the playoffs. But you think about it, the toughest opponent that they had were the Rams. That was the toughest opponent. They blitzed everybody else. They blitzed everyone else. Washington was close until they started turning the ball over. But this game right here, even before the turnover, this game really wasn't close. They weren't. I mean, the Chiefs weren't doing anything with Ocho. They really weren't.
No.
The Chiefs fall one victory short of becoming the first team in NFL history to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls. Kansas City lost to the Philadelphia Eagles marks the first playoff loss since losing to the Bengals in 2021, the AFC Championship game, a span of 1,106 days. The Tom Brady-led Patriots still hold the record for most consecutive playoff wins with 10. Well, I got 12. That's neither here nor there. One more than the Chiefs, whose playoff winning streak stopped at 9. Yes, you can look it up, Ash. I got 12 consecutive playoff wins.
Hey,
I said 12. I said 12, Ocho. I'm the king. I'm still number one right now. I got a contract betwixt me and the Lions that says I got 12 consecutive wins.
Right. This is the funny thing, too, when you think about it, right? I'm happy that the Eagles won. I'm happy for Jalen Hurts. He got the monkey off his back. He got a Super Bowl championship. He got his ring, right? You got your Lombardi. Now, on the flip side of things, I think about the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, even with the offensive woes, look how far they're getting year in and year out, even with the struggles that they have on the offensive line. When they do improve in that area, even if they don't, or they try to bolster it in any kind of way in the offseason, they're still going to be back again next year.
Because think about it, Ocho. You know why?
They're still going to be back next year.
Look at the defense. Now, the defense was on the field an awful lot tonight. You can't put your defense out there 38, 40 minutes and expect them to hold up like that. But if the Chiefs' offense could do anything tonight, maybe we see a different ball game. But tonight belonged to the Eagles. It belonged to the Eagles. The Eagles were suffocating. The defense, that front four did their job. Zach Braun, they didn't win a whole lot. Look, I know Worthy had he got a couple of touchdowns late in the ball game, had 157, and he got better. And when you get Rashee Rice and you get him back, get those two together, they're gonna be okay. You need to get you another guy outside. Go get you a guy to go outside because those guys, they're inside guys, Ocho. They're inside guys. But other than that, I don't know how much tread's left on the tires with Kelsey. I'm sure he's going to want to come back.
Probably. I
don't want to go out like this.
You don't want to go out like this. Yeah.
You're right, Ocho. I couldn't say I'm blaming. Worthy ended up the game, had a huge game. 8 catches, $157 and 2 touchdowns. 157. I mean, hold on. There hasn't been a whole lot of games. Jerry had 211 in a game. I think Ricky Sanders had 180 something in a game. Lance Swan had 161. This might be the fourth. I'm just going off the top of my head, Ocho. This might be the fourth best receiving day in Super Bowl history. Ashley's checking. She want me to be wrong so bad. But consecutive, it counts consecutive. No, it doesn't. So let me ask you a question. If I complete 23 passes, I miss the rest of the season, and I come back and I complete 40 passes. That don't count. So let me get this right. Ocho, we in the game. I go 15 for 15 from the free throw line. Now I go 5 or 6 games and I don't get to go to the free throw line. Then I come back and I go 15 for 15. Is that not 30 for 30? Or they say, well, you didn't shoot no free throws in the last 5 games. Your streak got broken.
Nah. Well, Ash said it don't count.
Because you got Jerry, Ricky Sanders, Isaac Bruce, Liz one. Mahomes was sacked a career high 6 times. The Eagles blitzed Patrick Mahomes on 0 dropbacks. Let that sink in, Ocho. They didn't blitz. Yeah. When you don't have to blitz to sacrifice your back end and you can get that kind of pressure, that's unheard of.
Yeah. You can do so much more. Listen, and obviously, when your front four is getting home like that, you can do so much more defensively because you don't got to do nothing extra.
Check this stat out. Mahomes is the 6th quarterback in Super Bowl history not to be blitzed a single time. All 6 quarterbacks lost. I'm going to read that again to you, Ocho. Mahomes became the 6th quarterback in NFL history not to be blitzed a single time. All 6 quarterbacks lost. Chad, do you understand what that means? That means that front four is getting after that quarterback's ass. And when you can get after him with 4 and you can drop 7 in coverage, that's why it's imperative to be able to run the football, Ocho.
But that's the problem, huh? You saying run the football. Let's say they have somebody different outside of Kareem Hunt, outside of Pacheco. If the front four is playing that well and getting pressure upfield, how you gonna run the ball? Even if you had a tier 2 back, as you said, what would be the difference?
The problem is, Ocho, you gotta attempt to run. See, a lot of times people are like, well, I ain't getting no yards. Sometimes it's just to slow down the pass rush.
Right.
And to give the defense
that's when you say get him thinking. Get
them to think about something else other than pinning their ears back. Cause I gotta make you think. I can't always have chicken and steak. I want you like, oh man, that joker probably got some goulash serving. There ain't no sense in me rushing out of here to go to get that bull jive. And that's how you have to treat it. After today's results, here are the current active NFL coaches that have won Super Bowls. Sirianni, Andy Reid has 3. Sean McVay has 1. Pete Carroll, now back with the Raiders, got 1. John Harbaugh has 1. Sean Payton has 1. Mike Tomlin has 1. Does the win quiet the criticism about Sirianni? Absolutely. Absolutely. Ocho, at least for this year.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not sure what you can say after that. And the same criticism that Jalen Hurts gets as well, that's going to quiet down as well.
And rightfully so.
He doesn't throw the ball enough. There's nothing else you can say.
Make me throw it. You know what I'm saying, Ocho? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, hold on. He just showed you today. Oh, I can get it done. Now I just Jalen Hurts basically saying, listen, I do what they asking me to do. If it's to hand the ball off to Saquon 28, 30 times, I can do this as well. But if I need to throw, I'm going to show you today. And that's exactly what he did. He showed you today. I can get the job done in the air too.
And that's the thing though, Ocho. If you want a team to do something, you have to make them do it. They're not going to volunteer. Well, throw the football. No, why would I throw the football when I'm getting 7, 8, 9, 10 yards a clip running the football? Well, why would I pass the football? Why would I try to run the football when I'm throwing and my quarterback Harry Wills partway through the 3rd quarter, he got 350 yards? No. You have to, if you want a team to do something, you have to force them to do them. Because whatever they're having success with, they're not going to stop that. They'd be foolish to stop that.
Right.
That's why I say when people are doing things, what's the likelihood, Ocho, if he's had success? That's why I tell people, when someone has success doing something, it's hard for them to why would I change it, Ocho? I'm having success doing it. I'm winning games or I'm doing X, Y, and Z. That's the problem.
Right.
But the Eagles, Cooper DeJean became the first in NFL history to score a touchdown on his birthday. Nice birthday gift, Ocho.
That was dope. Wait, when was Saquon's birthday?
Saquon's birthday was, he didn't score no touchdown. So it don't matter.
I mean, his birthday. I'm saying his birthday was the day too.
I think so.
As well.
It's the day. He ain't get no tub.
Yeah, he didn't get no tub.
He didn't get my 90 yards either. I had the parlay pick. Perfect.
You had him for 90?
I had it for 90. I got Worthy for a touchdown. I got Jalen Hurts for a touchdown. What else I had? Xavier, I had Hurts to get a touchdown because I know somebody gonna get caught short at the 1 yard line, and they're gonna push his ass in the end zone. So Jalen Hurts, I'd say he'll get that one. I think Xavier Worthy's gonna score. Huh?
Did you win any money?
I ain't won no money, man. I needed Saquon to get 90. Because guess what? We had Travis to score a touchdown. I said, I don't like that. I said, I like Worthy. I like Worthy to score a touchdown.
Yeah, I honestly, when it came to Travis, I didn't think Travis would have a good game. I had Noah Gray. Having a game, if anything, at that point. And I wonder who Mattress Mac bet on. Mattress Mac?
I think Portnoy, I think he bet $1 million on the Eagles.
Ooh.
Dave Portnoy, CEO of Barstool.
Okay.
I think he bet $1 million on the Eagles. But if I was gonna bet money that bet something to me, I would have bet the Eagles. Oh yeah, hell yeah!
I mean,
I thought they had the better team. I said they got the better team. The only position that you could definitively say that the Chiefs have the better is the quarterback. Other than that,
that's it.
What you gonna say? You gonna say right tackle on offense? Lane Johnson. Mailata, come on.
Right.
Dickerson, maybe the center. Okay, maybe Creed Humphrey is the better. But come on now. Other than that, no. Look at the defense, player for player. Nah. And that's no knock on none of those guys. The Eagles, they built last. We already know who in that division, but that team ain't going nowhere. Now, y'all doing all that talking. There are a lot of guys that's doing a lot of talking. They change coaches, and they talk about, we going to win the NFC. No, you're not.
Oh, you saw that?
No, you're not.